Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day today. We're going to be going through a full playthrough of the game TMNT3 Mutant Nightmare, and we're going to be starting it with Leonardo. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day or afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you're watching from. Today we're going to be going into a personal favorite of mine as well. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare. And I just thought I'd do, the videos regarding each turtle, maybe some different things that may be advantageous to do, depending on who you pick. But today we're going to be going into Leonardo. Personally, he is my favorite, and we're going to try to go into
let's go.
Episode 1, Mission 1. Now, I should show that. So I personally did already beat the game. Don't mind the amount of crystals I have there. That was for after I beat the game. But here you'll see everybody has, all their moves. I acquired all the skills for everybody. Here are all the current scrolls that I have right now. That's what I have for right now. I do have Leonardo with as much attack as I could put him to. That's just my own personal play style. I do like being able to do a lot of damage and whatnot. So that's just currently what I have right now. But let me actually go ahead. Actually, just go ahead and remove those real quick. There are still some missions that I do have to do. And so I do have to try to put some time into those. Yeah, as I do these, I'm also kind of doing this so that, if somebody does happen to want to get into the game, it's kind of like, where do you have disadvantage? Where do where do you maybe not have as much advantage and whatnot? One thing I can say for sure is defense is really important in this game. I have unfortunately had to learn that the hard way many times. But yeah, defense is really important. When you start getting items, or the ninja scrolls, right, as you see, by pressing L1 will tell you what it does, which is nice. There are some cases where, well, actually really no, because even in just the normal gameplay that you have, so yeah, I'll leave everybody with, the dino scrolls thing. It does, here you'll see, like here on Leo, you'll see that if I hover over it, Leo, go into details, it'll tell you, right, increases attack by 30%, that's the only thing it does, right? But here, as you can see on Dino Mike, just naturally playing through the game, I was able to get the Dino Mike level 2, and here you see it increases the attack by 30% just like normal, but it also fills the rate of your Ogi gauge by 20%. So as we're playing, I'm gonna go in, a little bit into detail and kind of what each of those things are. So here, go ahead and save here. And just naturally in playing, you'll also see really how important having a lot of those items can be. So here you'll see the first mission in episode 1 in the game. Essentially, straight level 1 is you rescue a grandma from these enemies called triceratons, right? It usually will show like the whole cutscene and whatnot. We are going to skip those cutscenes for now. So, one thing you'll see is even if they're the same type of, the same kind of enemy, they can be different types. So here, just before I begin, you'll see up there at the top of the screen that is a Triceraton that has a blaster. So the only way that he attacks is just by shooting. Like, you don't, after a certain amount of hits, you don't disarm him or anything. He will just only, shoot at you. Even blocking, right? Blocking is the, right, you press R1 to block. If you move around, this is how you, essentially dodge. These question marks that you see, if you hit it, it'll tell you a certain hint in the game. Right, like here, you use right analog stick. Of course, these are default controls. So it's saying here, use right analog stick to, rotate the camera, and you can also zoom in and out. If you do happen to be playing with a friend, anybody can control the camera, so it may be important to try to coordinate which way you're going. This other one, right, the guard button, of course, if you were to, pause the game when you were at the, well, not pause the game, if you're in the main menu, you can go to see what the controls are. But right here, beware that explosives, bullets, and the like cannot be avoided, right? If you're hit while guarding, you still receive some damage, so in this game you do take chip damage, so that is one thing to keep in mind. A really important thing is that this is a type of game where even while taking chip damage, if they do happen to get your HP to 0, it's like, it's not like you take chip damage and you stay at 1 HP. If you're still blocking and they hit you while you're at 1 HP, for example, or it just does enough damage to kill you, it will kill you. So, one thing that would be important to keep in mind there. So here, yeah, you'll see in this game, right, that every character, since I have all the combos, your combos can be kind of long, depending on who you're using, right? You do want to use L1 to lock on. You'll be able to tell that you're locked on because that little, hexagon-looking shape will show up with the color of the turtle you're using. And there's a cutscene here, right? And so that was pretty much all of episode 1. And, it's not, too hard or anything. A lot of times, that one in particular, those, because you'll also be able to tell how strong the enemy is by the different clothing that they wear. So if I remember off the top of my head, for Triceratons, there's the regular ones that wear that black clothing. There's other ones that have like a purple coloring on their clothing. And there's other ones that wear red. The red ones are the strongest ones. They do require, they do, they have more HP. I guess that's, pretty, oh, they also do hit a bit harder. And that will be for, essentially every type of enemy that you fight. They'll have like a base version of the enemy, and then they'll have stronger versions of the same enemy. And the color will represent, the how strong they are. Here in the game, right, after you finish a mission, then you get what's called free battle. And free battle is essentially that you go through the same exact missions essentially, but more so of like a whole area of said missions. And you know, pretty much the one thing to keep in mind, the game does clearly say it too. Free battle is pretty much you go through the same areas that you play through, you know, in like the normal mission mode, but the enemies do essentially double damage. They are twice as hard. And then the whole point is to go through each one and you get the hidden scrolls and discs, which, you know, of course is very beneficial. And it was doing these types of missions where you can get, like, you know, for example, the attack plus 200% or you know, the dino wheel level 1 and whatnot. Here, as you can see, here in episode 3, which is, you know, kind of like the main ending part of the main story line, is for this game, I'm still missing a few scrolls. I have 2 scrolls, 1 disc here, 3 scrolls here, 2 scrolls here. So one thing that can also be helpful a lot is when you go through your regular missions, right, you do want to also pay attention to the area you're in, and kind of like, if you can, somewhat memorize the layout. That can help in getting through the game a lot easier. And of course, each episode definitely will always have different enemies. Episode 1 in its entirety will only have Triceratons. Episode 2 is going to have some Triceratons, but mainly it's gonna be like those the small, like, 2-legged robot things with sharp teeth, and also some foot ninjas as well. And then, yeah, episode 3 is just all mainly foot ninjas and the small robots. And there's also these kind of funny looking buffer guys that are also Foot Clan ninjas, but they're more like brutes. So, yeah, what a good thing to keep in mind here. So yeah, I thought I'd do that, and so that was Mission 1, Episode 1. Next video for this, we'll go into Mission 2, and I will be going through, you know, every mission, every episode, and I'll pretty much be doing that each time with each turtle. So we are going to be going through here with Leonardo, right? And then episode 2, all of this, Leonardo. Episode 3, all of it, Leonardo. The nightmare mode, obviously, you know, it does say specifically which turtle you're going to be using. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you happen to have any questions, let me know. And yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your day.